Hey Conway, I'm Dalton here with your news. In local and state news, one of the two victims from a shooting near Brittany Drive Sunday night has died. Deputies with the Florence County Sheriff's Office responded to the apartment complex on Brittany Drive around 8:45 p.m. Sunday night after a neighbor called 911 to report shots being fired in the area. The people living in the quiet area thought it was an accident, but it was actually a murder scene. Deputies found one shooting victim in the apartment and another outside, and both men were transported to the hospital. One of the victims, identified as 31-year-old Luther Sherrod Lisbon, was pronounced dead in the emergency room, said Florence County Coroner Keith Lutkin. The other victim remains hospitalized and his condition is unknown. Thanks to witness reports, police are on the hunt for at least two suspects after a canine team called to scent failed to locate any leads. Witnesses described the suspects as black males, one wearing a white shirt. Wife beater. The other suspect was reported to be wearing dark clothing. The suspects should be considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. I was terrified. I was pretty much too scared to sleep at home last night, says Murphy, still shaken from the incident happening so close to her apartment. But neighbors are hopeful that the FCSO will find those who are responsible. In national news, a police officer can't pull you over and arrest you just because you gave him the finger, a federal appeals court declared Thursday. In a 14-page opinion, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit ruled that the ancient gesture of insult is not the basis for a reasonable suspicion of a traffic violation or impending criminal activity. John Swartz and his wife Judy Mayton Swartz had sued two police officers who arrested Swartz in May 2006 after he flipped off an officer who was using a radar device at an intersection in St. Johnsonville, New York. Swartz was later charged with a violation of New York's disorderly conduct statute, but the charges were dismissed on speedy trial grounds. A federal judge in the Northern District of New York granted summary judgment to the officers in July of 2011, but the Court of Appeals on Thursday erased that decision and ordered the lower court to take up the case again. Richard Insogna, the officer who stopped Swartz and his wife when they arrived at their destination, claimed he pulled the couple over because he believed Swartz was trying to get his attention. That's really believable. I mean, honestly, if someone was flipping me off, I thought they were getting my attention. Not really. The appeals court didn't buy that explanation, ruling that the nearly universal recognition that this gesture is an insult deprives such an interpretation of reasonableness. Well, Conway, that's all for your news. Over to club and guidance announcements, and then Matt with your sports.
Yeah.
Conway High School club and guidance announcements. Interact Club. The next Interact Club meeting will be on January 9th, 2013 from 3:25 to 4 in Miss Meyer's room. Honor Societies. Social Studies Honor Society's next meeting will be January 8th. National Honor Society's next meeting will be January 9th. Math Honor Society's next meeting will be January 10th. Trium Honor Society's next meeting will be January 14th. English Honor Society's next meeting will be January 15th. Spanish Honor Society's next meeting is January 21st. Art Honor Society's next meeting is January 22nd. And Future Educators Honor Society is January 28th. FFA. There will be an FFA meeting after school tomorrow at 3:25 in the Ag Building. Beta Club. There will be a meeting tomorrow after school in the mini auditorium. Robotics Team. There will be a meeting tomorrow right after school in Mr. Carlton's room. FCA meets every Wednesday morning at 7:45 in Miss Spearman's room. Everyone is welcome. Seniors. The following scholarships are available in guidance: Beach Ball Classic Scholarship, Harry Hampton Scholarship, Dixie Softball Scholarship, and the Wire Scholarship. For more details, see Miss Gagem in guidance. And that's all for your club and guidance announcements.
Hey Conway, I'm Matt here with your sports for today.
Oh, you're Matt today.
Well, I think it's safe to say that last night was a blowout. Alabama won 42-14, giving the SEC its 7th title in a row. Alabama has won 3 out of the last 4 years now. A.J. McCarron led his Crimson Tide to victory throwing amazing passes last night. Also, the announcers probably talked more about A.J. McCarron's girlfriend than they even did Notre Dame. Poor Notre Dame. Many fans blamed the BCS for this blowout, and some even went to the point of saying they wanted Oregon on a plane to play the second half for Notre Dame. Even though it was still up to the Crimson Tide to play great and dominate Notre Dame. Great job, guys. Now let's go take a look at the sports scoreboard. Alabama 42, Notre Dame 14. Tonight, 5:30, wrestling JV against West Brunswick. 6 o'clock, wrestling varsity against West Brunswick.
You go! Woo!
Tomorrow, 5:45 basketball, Conway Middle School at St. James Middle School. 5:45 basketball for Whittemore Park Middle School at Ocean Bay.
Whittemore.
That's all for your sports today, Conway. Now over to Chelsea with the weather.
Hey there, Conway. I'm Chelsea here with your weather. Today is generally cloudy with a high of 65 and a low of 45. There is only a 10% chance of rain and humidity is around 70%. Tomorrow, there will be mostly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of rain and expected humidity of 88%. The highs will reach 68 and the lows will get down to 50. Well, Conway, that's all I have for your weather today. Now back to Dalton in the studio.
Thanks for the awesome weather report, Chelsea. Now let's look at your feature for the day.
Oh my gosh, you know there's been like 7 of those movies?
7? What's so fascinating about them?
I don't know, let's ask Conway.
Story, I guess, and it's supposed to be really scary. I don't know. I've seen the old ones. This one's supposed to be brand new, so I'm looking forward to seeing the new one.
It was scary. There was a lot of killing. It kept me fast watching it.
I don't like scary movies, so I wouldn't go see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie because it's too scary.
And kind of scary. Got some different parts in it.
Because they're crazy. What's wrong with you people? Why are you watching the killers and whatnot?
It's like it's a scary movie and it's got Trey Songz, right? Trey Songz in there, he's hot. And good movie to go see with your boyfriend.
This weekend, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D snatched the #1 spot at the box office. It is the 7th of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre slasher series. This weekend alone brought in $23 million in the box office, while the entire series of Chainsaw movies has grossed over $203 million. What made this movie go to the #1 spot this past weekend? Well, you would have to ask the girls. Females made up 52% of the viewers. Their answer might have had something to do with Trey Songz. And no, Trey is not the first to die, but he does not make it to the end. Sorry for the spoiler, guys.
Well, I guess those are some reasons why it's so fascinating.
That's all for your feature for today. Now back to the studio.
And that's all for your news, Conway. Have a great day and stay classy.